Hey, welcome. So glad you're here. This is my cozy East Nashville healing studio. If you end up doing some work with me in any capacity, you will likely see this exact same space. So beautiful to have you here. Just lighting some Palo Santo. Take a deep breath. I know it takes so much courage to be seeking something more for yourself. So I really want to honor whatever it took for you to come land on this page. I know it's a lot. You'll often see me drinking tea too. And just wanted to welcome you here and honor you for seeking more and how vulnerable that can feel. And I know, actually, I will just talk about what kind of feelings I have had starting this journey about 6 years ago, and also the feelings that I've heard other clients have when they're just starting to say yes to this kind of healing work. Likely you've already been doing something to shift whatever inner turmoil you are experiencing, whether that's been already doing therapy for a long time. I did it for like 2 decades before I started doing this work. Therapy, yoga, online retreats, reading all the Brene Brown books, also me. I started with Jen Sincero, so the badass books, that was my kind of prompt into this. Whether you've done astrology work, that was also me at the beginning, or listening to podcasts, reading of the books, the journaling. I had started meditating, etc. That was all new and scary and different for me. You've already been doing a lot. So I get that. And I understand how frustrating it is to still feel stuck or to still feel like something's not quite working, or to be doing the really beautiful work of showing up a little differently and having it not feel like the lasting or big enough transformation that you were hoping for. It takes a ton of courage to keep seeking. So I want to say that, really honoring you for that. How it feels in the body can be like that deep gut feeling, like the knots that something's wrong, right? The tension in the chest area here, the weight or the burden or the vice grip, right? That can all happen here. Sometimes up in the throat too, of this feeling like we're not living in the life that we're meant to be living in. And like, what else can I be doing? doing. So, feeling disconnected from purpose, feeling disconnected from yourself, from your true nature, even though you're doing all of the things, right? Or some version of the things. And I just want to say that's completely normal and valid. And our body has whatever responses it has based on the experiences that it's having. It's giving you wisdom and signaling to you that something else is still needed, right? And that's okay. And what a beautiful system the body is to give us those signals, even if that means that we're experiencing anxiety and depression and burnout and exhaustion and this kind of hopelessness that can happen. There's nothing that you're experiencing that I haven't either felt myself or heard before. It's normal. It's completely valid. There is nothing wrong with you. We are living in a time and in a culture and in a space that is constantly telling women to sacrifice their own needs and wants and feelings for the benefit of others, to tune into what others want or need. And if you've landed here, you likely are a very highly sensitive person, maybe even an empath, right? And can really feel into what's going on in your environment. And that can be a superpower if we're conscious of it and really doing what we need to do to take care of ourselves first and not just default into taking care of everyone else. So the inner turmoil comes when we're giving too much outside of ourselves, when we're tuned into the chaos outside of ourselves, when we're really feeling the fears and the stress and everything outside of ourselves and disconnected from what our fears are, what the stress is, whatever is here that we need to take care of first. So the inner turmoil is telling us that we need to take care of ourselves first. And transforming that into inner peace is the foundation to start to have the space to connect to your purpose, to connect to your inner wisdom, to be leading with your heart instead of your mind, to be really intentional about where you put your energy so that life will start to actually feel like it's your true nature, that you're actually connected to what it is your soul is here to experience. But first, we need to create the inner peace. First, we need to start really tuning inwards and connect to that intuitive self of yours, to the inner wisdom of your mind and body and emotions and energy and your spiritual life, all of the things. That's all in here. Our culture tells us to keep looking outside of ourselves for the answers that we need. And you already know the answers are inside, but that's like a cognitive thing we talk about a lot. And I'm here to help you actually experience what it is to tune inwards and to take action based on what your inner wisdom is saying. So I help you become your compass, empower you to really do what it is your intuition is telling you. And empower you to start taking care of yourself first before taking care of everyone else, which I know you're really good at. And it is probably draining you the way that you're doing it right now. So that's a lot of talking to say that whatever you're experiencing, it's completely normal based on the world that we're living in right now. It takes exceptional courage and devotion to show up in this world in a different way. I would love to guide you in what that way can be, where you are your own intuitive guide. That is not to say that in 11 weeks you will be free from all suffering and completely connected to your purpose and living a completely different life. No, that is to say that 11 weeks of working with me will get you closer to that. 11 weeks of working together will open up what this path is for you. You will feel some immediate relief, absolutely. And you just won't be doing this journey alone is the other piece too, right? I've done this before a lot with many women. So I have some wisdom to share so that you're not forging the road all on your own. Even though, as you'll read below, I have my 5 pillars of what my healing work is like built around. Which makes this work unique and different from likely what you've already been doing. I'm guaranteeing one of those 5 pillars has been missing from your healing journey if you're still feeling stuck. So I can't wait for you to read about them. But one that I'll say now is that you are your most powerful and wisest healer and guide always. So I'm here to awaken that in you, to connect you to your inner compass. I am not the expert, but I've been doing this a lot. So I can see patterns and help put words maybe to things that you're experiencing that you haven't been able to crystallize yet. Um, and because of all of my trauma healing background, the self-sacrifice pattern is a generational trauma pattern that's been passed down to women for generations. And when we're working with healing a trauma pattern, we can get really stuck in only seeing two options. So I'm here to help you see a lot of options so that you can start to choose new possibilities for yourself. I think that's all I'm going to say here. I invite you to keep reading. If anything in your body is saying, yes, that, I invite you to keep exploring. I know how hard it is to keep your heart open and imagine the possibilities. So just one step at a time, just read more below and sign up for a call with me, and you'll get more information each step of the way. And we'll make sure together whether this is right for you right now. You don't have to figure it out on your own. And there isn't any pressure for you to decide on anyone else's timeline. It's really, I want to make sure that we're a good match too. So you're invited to keep reading. I hope I get to see you in person or over Zoom like this, but one-on-one in real time, so that we can really talk about what specifically is happening for you, so I can speak specifically to what our work together would look like. Enjoy reading, exploring, tuning in with your body to see what feels good to you. I hope I get to talk to you soon.